You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Frustration get the better of you and make you do things you should never do. You got to keep the faith, you can't surrender. You never know, tomorrow may be brighter. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. As long as you have health and strength, reaching your goal, nothing should prevent. Every time you fall, get up again. Don't sit down there like that and complain. You got to stand up and continue fighting. Don't give up, keep courage, you must win. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Obstacles will get in the way, stumbling blocks to hinder your day. But you can't afford to let them stop you, no matter how hard it is to go through. You got to stand up and continue fighting. Endurance shall win in the ending. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Strong positive mind, negative thoughts, leave them behind. We got to go forward in sure certainty. Let no element humbug that possibility. But if you give up, you have no way of knowing if next day would have brought good tidings. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. made a fortune. It's probably not too late.
It's probably not too late.
Oh, but I don't worry about that much. 'Cause I'm happy anyhow. As I go along life's journey, I'm reaping better than I've sown. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. Ain't got a lot of riches. Sometimes the going is rough.
Going gets rough.
But I've got a friend in Jesus, and that makes me rich enough. I thank God for all His blessings on me and the mercies He's bestowed. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. You know, right now, you may be going through some rough times in your life, but I'm here to encourage you today not to give up. I pronounce a blessing upon your life, upon your family. You must prosper and be in good health in the name of Jesus. I believe it on my heart. So Lord, help me not to grumble and complain of the tough roads I have owned. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. And if I should go on living, should the way get steep and rough, I thank you, Lord, I thank you, Lord. May I ask for no other blessing, Jesus. Glory. 'Cause I'm already blessed enough. May I never be too busy. I won't be too busy to help a brother very slow. I'm drinking from my saucer, like drinking, 'cause my cup has overflowed. Yes, I'll keep drinking from my saucer, Lord. Keep drinking from my saucer, Lord, 'cause my cup has overflowed.
Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself.
You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no
Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career. However humble, it is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness, beyond a wholesome discipline. Be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life. Keep peace with your soul, with all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams. It is still a beautiful world. Be careful. Strive to be happy.
You are a sign of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a sign of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a sign of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a sign of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a
Yaka, 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 yaka. Starting my journey on the Christian highway. So many trials and temptation in my way. Sometimes I wonder if I will see another day. So many people want to see me go astray, but no weapon that forms against me shall prosper. I'm protected by the Most High, Jesus my Savior. Ooh, the more them attack, and the more God I bless we. The more them a push we down, and the more we arise. The more them a fight, and the more we a win. Oh Lord Jesus, for the Lion of Judah, man I him a we king. The more them attack, and the more God a bless we. The more them a push we down, and the more we arise. The more them a fight, and the more we a win. For the Lion of Judah, man I him a we king. Oh, it's not by might, nor it's not by power. It's the Spirit of the Lord, the consuming fire. If it wasn't for the prayer from the prayer band, Satan would have crushed me. That old dragon,
Satan lose again.
come and we put on the armor with the Bible in our hand. Come and we plead the blood of Jesus against Satan. So we tell them, the more them attack, and the more God a bless we. The more them a push we down, and the more we arise. My God, The more them a fight, and the more we a win. Oh yeah, the Lion of Judah, man I him a king. The more them a fight, and the more God a bless me. The more them a push me down, and the more we a rise. The more them a fight, and the more we a win. Oh yeah, 'cause the Lion of Judah, man I him a king. No, it's not my might. No, it's not my power. Oh, it's the Spirit of the Lord, the consuming fire. Ooh, if it wasn't for the prayer, oh, from the prayer band, the devil would have crushed me. Oh, that old dragon, Satan, lose again. You better put on the armor, and with the Bible in your hand. Whoa, come make we plead the blood of Jesus against Satan. Whoa, the more them attack, and the more that I bless me. Ooh, the more them a push me down, and the more we arise. The more them a fight, and the more we are win. We are win, we are win. Because the Lion of Judah, man I him a king. Satan, no bother try, don't bother try. God I the winner every time, every Satan lose already. Don't a Calvary, lose again at the resurrection. No bother try, don't bother try. No bother try, you know you can't win. No bother try, devil, don't bother try. Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. Oh Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and me. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my head from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? Lord Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth. That the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello To all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners, of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And you know what we always say here, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a pink t-shirt, you have on a burgundy t-shirt. Each and every one is welcome on Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Doesn't matter what planet you're from. You're from Mazatania, Xenarania, Sunaranius. Each and every one is welcome on Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics. And you know how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
And gentlemen, and there you have it. There you have it. And of course, you know what we say here? We originate, we don't imitate. We are the only radio program on the planet with an oath/pledge to people that we will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Take a listen.
Anselm LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
Yeah. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. There you have it. Let me bring in my partner, the one and only, the man himself, the man well known all over Trinidad and Tobago, the diaspora, Europe, Africa, all over the world, the one and only Uncle Tommy. Tommy, welcome.
Good afternoon, my good friend. How was your day yesterday?
Yesterday was a fantabulous day. Yeah, we did very well. We went out to our first cross country meet, Tommy. The men came second and the women came third. So, things are looking up. No complaints at all. And that
So
was
good start. Good start.
yeah, man. As you said, it's always good to start at the beginning.
That's right. At
Yeah,
the beginning.
so no complaints at all. But Tommy, I have news. It's not sad news. I don't consider them kind of news sad news. I just consider it um to make me stronger. You understand? So Friday I was doing a workout, and I like to try see if I could inspire people for a better tomorrow. So I was doing my workout. So I warmed up a mile. I was doing 5 times 100, 4 times 150, and then 3 times 200. Right?
Right.
The 5 times 100 went splendiferous.
That's 500.
Right, 500. The 4 times 150 went marvelous.
Okay,
Right?
so that's 600.
Correct is right. And on the first 200, I felt a little thing in the hamstring. Just a little thing.
Mhm.
And this time is the right one now. It's not the left one anymore. It's the right one now.
Wow.
First time. The right one now. So I said, listen, you know what? Let me live to run another day. So I call it a day. I went
Right.
and I iced it. And I could still feel a little thing yesterday. Today is much, much better. So maybe what I'll do, I will I'm also taking today off. So maybe tomorrow I'll see what it feels like. And maybe I'll try to jog 2 miles. But I don't let those things get to me. I just it makes me a little stronger. But it you just don't know, man. I just don't know. And I don't think I'm trying to do too much. Sometimes you just think you're trying to do a little too much.
Yeah, pushing yourself a little too hard.
Yeah. Pushing yourself a little too hard, but this hasn't happened now in quite a few months. So, you know, I want to think that maybe I was trying to do a little too much, you know, but that's just part of my makeup. I I I don't know. Even though when I was living in Chumakaka, I used to take a lot of shortcuts. You
No,
know?
but do you take supplements that would help you with some of your
Yeah.
activity?
Yes. I take magnesium. I take vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
I take CoQ10. I take
Mm-hmm.
vitamin D. Um, I take there's two other things that I take. I take about six different.
You take glutathione?
Huh?
Glutathione
Nah, not that one. What that for?
to help you with your joints and stuff.
Which one I take, boy? I think doesn't CoQ10 do some of these same things?
CoQ10 is for the heart.
Um, there's another one that I take. What is that one called, boy? What about magnesium?
Your magnesium is good too.
Yeah, I take magnesium too as well. And what?
Calcium,
Huh?
calcium too.
Um, no, I don't take calcium, but I get calcium in other things. But Tommy, I was always taking these vitamins long ago before the pandemic, and I never had no problems.
The pandemic put your body problems in turbo mode.
Yeah. You know what I need? I need somebody to give me a cleanse to see if I could wipe out that might be too late for that to get out all which one I
Toxins.
take, boy? I think I take Moderna to get Moderna out of my system. Is there any cleanse to do that?
I I don't know. I've been trying to get mine out what I took out of my system, and I don't know.
Yeah, maybe somebody could recommend a cleanse to me to see if I could get rid of whatever left in the system. You know
The
that?
challenges since the shot, the challenges are many. I know for me.
Yeah. It's the same thing for me, Tony, that I have been having running challenges. But I mean, it's good challenge to have. You can't really complain. Let me go to the chat. Troy Smith was first in. Troy Smith says, "Bless good day, Ansem and Uncle Tommy."
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Same
don't
to
know.
you, Troy.
Troy Smith said, "Pipers, PNM Pipers need money. The PNM deal coming soon."
Oh Lord.
Oh God, I'm telling you. Brian John, welcome. Shanika, welcome. Shanika, hi to you. Shanika said, "Blessed Sunday."
Same to you, Shanika.
Hanif says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen and all villagers. Prawn Uncle T. I hope you will have a super special September." Yeah, boy,
Same
September.
to you. Same to you, Hanif.
Yeah. And Sean, good afternoon to you. Caribbean Soul, welcome. Caribbean Soul says, "Worship, what is your views on that statement to make Venezuelan women teachers in our schools here in Trinidad? I mean, if they become permanent residents, right, Tommy? Like in this country, you could teach with a permanent resident, right?
Yep. As long as your status is
Right. Yeah.
legitimate.
Or can you teach with work papers only? I think you could teach with work papers too, right?
Yes. But
Yeah. Once they have the required documentation, I really don't see the problem. Alim, welcome. Gordon Joseph says, good after lunch and hope all's well or better. One of my football team just won 3-0. I had a good time in church this morning. And yeah, with God help, are good to go. Nice to hear from you, Gordon. Capitan boy, Capitan early today, boy. Walls good day. Nice independence. Oh God. Is that Capitan? Nice independence.
Talking about independence and flag raising, boy. They surprise you, brother. It's Friday. I went
Eh?
down there. I went down there thinking it's flag raising as normal. They had a big secret,
They honor you?
boy. I was so shocked. I could even make a speech.
Well, that's a good thing, man. That's excellent, man. I was watching somebody, the tape of it, They didn't tape it to me. Come on, now, man.
Yeah, yeah, we got
That's
footage.
the tape, man. You have to let people see it. Send me the tape. We gotta play the tape. Yeah? We gotta play the tape. Capitan said, great is the PNM, boy. Capitan said, long live Rowley, Imbut, Young, Alwari, and Rohan, boy.
Mm.
Capitan, you don't even know what size of the fence Capitan on. But you know you're not on the red fence. You know what I mean? You're not on the red side. But the
Mm.
songs to eh? Yeah. Mova Defender, welcome. Mova Defender say Wall Street talk on the ground is that the PNM coming to meet you to go get his medical checkup. What says you? Now you going to California. He ain't stopping in the tri-state area. And as he ain't stopping in he bypassing. He going straight to California. And as we have on the back there, Tommy, that's interesting though. Um, and here is the question as we finish the chat. I mean, is it okay that the prime minister flies out to come to the United States of America in order to do his medical rather than staying in Trinidad and doing his medical in Trinidad? Is that acceptable?
I was having that same conversation with someone yesterday.
Uh-huh.
He touts
And
this is
wait, before you go, is that person a PNM?
no, well, he's. I don't think he's anything because he hasn't voted in God knows how long. He's been
All
out
right.
here for a long time.
Cool. So what's your take on that?
I mean, what confidence do you are you showing that you have in this in the system that you are in charge of? When you don't use that system for your own well-being. If it's not good for you, is it good for anybody else?
Tommy, it's interesting you raise that point. I just thought about something. Maybe what the prime minister could have done is with the money he's spending to fly to California, flew in. Let me put it away. Flew in his doctors, let them come to Trinidad and use the system in Trinidad. Would that have been like a sort of an innovative idea? Think about it. To show the people the confidence in the people that listen. Yes, I have outside doctors, but they come into Trinidad and using the system in Trinidad in order to do this medical checkup. What says you?
Anything to have people have confidence in what you're doing. It's better than just running away from what you are doing to go somewhere else.
Let me re- let me repeat what I always say: a fish doesn't rotten from the tail.
Because what about who cannot afford to go out for care?
Tommy, you thinking a little too much, eh? You thinking a little too much. Can you lower your thinking standards, please?
I'm gonna lower it and let somebody in the audience or the chat or wherever chime in and let us know what they think.
You,
I
you,
don't
you, you know what most of the PNM people will say? Well, it have plenty other prime ministers that do the same thing. What wrong with he if he do that? What wrong? Yeah? What wrong with he? Caller, welcome. Caller.
Good afternoon. How are you all?
We are
Good,
excellent.
good. Thank you, and yourself.
Still blessing the Lord. Thanks for the opportunity. I hear you talking there about the athletics, but do you know what the referees just have to go through? Well, we stop calling it fitness test. We call it fitness challenge. Do you know what it's like, and are you interested in finding out?
Gordon Joseph, I
Yeah,
refereed games. I refereed men games in this country.
yeah,
I have my referee license, but
yeah. You ever do one of the fitness challenge? Do you know what it is?
yeah. I passed with the flying
What it
colors.
is?
I passed with the flying colors, but it could be different up here as opposed to what you guys do. You know, it's different challenges. But I really don't referee anymore. But I used to referee, you know, and you have to go
Oh,
through in order to referee men's game up here, you have to go through fitness. And you know, I went through this fitness and passed with the flying colors. As a matter of fact, I did some of the drills backwards and still did very well.
you did 40,
No,
75 meter sprint, semi sprint, 40,
nah, 40 was too short.
75. Huh?
40 was too short for me. That'll give me 200.
No, they can't change the test for one person.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, it was too easy for me. That'll give me a higher test.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I hear you loud and clear.
All
I
right.
think you answered my question.
Okay.
Um, I've taken this opportunity to really thank God for these men and women who were our prime ministers, about 7 of them. We only have about 2 remaining. And when I check back, not thoroughly, but when I check back, scanning through, I can recall where each one of them made some good contributions to Trinidad and Tobago and help us to be where we are. And I also realize that, hey, it could have been a whole lot worse. It could have been a whole lot worse. So I am expressing thanks and appreciation for those who went before. And I hope that those who are here, who are in the position and vying for the position, that they will be able to excel those who went before. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. I know where that one come from, but
I thought he would have talked about the healthcare
yeah,
situation we're talking about.
I thought that what we was gonna talk about. I don't know. You know? I mean, but then again, you know,
If you hear Gordon and you want to call back and say what you think about our prime ministers going out of the country for medical help as opposed to depending on who everybody else in the country depends on.
Tommy, you want me to guess? I'm gonna let me do guess. Let me do guess. Yeah, caller, welcome.
Yeah, well, Tommy, I can. While you all were talking about it, I was just thinking through, and I conclude that I cannot recall anybody who was in such position having to do medical procedures and did it locally. I can't recall. I've heard about other prime ministers in the Caribbean going to America, going to Cuba, and I understand from what I'm hearing that Cuba is one of the top places when it comes to medical treatment in our region. So I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that these individuals go to Cuba for the treatment. Also, I heard that some people feel that it's risky doing it here because of the position that they hold. You understand? So it's out there. One could form their own opinion. You understand? But I believe that anybody who have to get medical attention, I believe they will want to expose themselves to what probably the world will consider to be the best. I, a million times, would admit that in Trinidad and Tobago, hopefully, We are working on it, but we are definitely not the best. With what sometimes I see come out on the news, with what sometimes I hear people saying, I know that we are not the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yep. That's what we want to know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, what's on your thoughts? What's on your thoughts? What do you think about?
Now that you have made the mention that we are not the best, what do we do to bring our standards up?
You see, Tommy, that's a good point you just raised there. What he says and what, hey, Mr. Florida, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hanson. Good afternoon, Mr. Tommy. Good afternoon to everybody on the live, everybody in chat, all the callers. Hey, Jam, I hope you're feeling great, my brother. So, Mr. Hanson, this is my take, right?
Yeah.
Everybody just call and talk about America and Cuba and this and that, right? But Rowley ruled for 10 years. And if he say he was this great leader and he's doing so much, in 10 years, how much money they spend in the budget? 500, $500 million?
$7.409 billion for health.
Right.
And
you tell me nothing change?
Correct is right. And that is 517 million more than they received in the last budget. So $500 million more in the budget for health. And you as the prime minister still have to leave the country to go for a checkup. Is that checkup? What is that checkup?
Exactly.
Is that checkup?
Exactly.
It's not like you're going for surgery or something. Oh God, man. Is that checkup?
But are we being told the truth, or are we just being put in a place where we're just comfortable?
Say that again, Tommy.
Are we being told the truth as far as what he's going for, or they're just making everybody comfortable?
No, Tommy. Look the thing, the story on the page, you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but what is being reported, is it truthful?
Well, that is a good point. I'm not sure. So then he's consistently lying to us again. Then.
Well, I wouldn't say so, but all I'll say is that.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, Mr. Florida.
Yeah. So let me check it up here now, right? 10 years at $7 billion. Yeah. And if he's this great leader and this transformational leader, in 10 years, you tell me you can improve the healthcare and be the first prime minister to do everything in your country in health-wise, and then we could say you leave a legacy. Correct. It's a shame.
Yep.
It's a shame. Look on this, Mr. Hans, man, Mr. Tom.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Mover Defender, welcome. Yeah, Mover Defender, welcome.
That's a day worship and Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man.
To you, my brother.
Worship, remember I told you somebody that this person is a distractor, right? So I wouldn't be answering them, right? I sent you a story on your phone, right? The guy just said, no other prime minister went to doctors in Trinidad. That's in your article.
Okay.
With Prime Minister Kamala Persad, secretary minister from a hospital bed in Sinclair Medical. Can I read it out for you, please?
All right, cool. Yeah, man. All right. Caller, welcome. Caller. Miss Atlanta.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Shridan Tommy.
Yes. We are here.
Good afternoon, Miss Atlanta.
A call. I think it's Gordon says that we are not the best or some kind of thing.
Yeah.
What country he knows the best? I am living over here and they're crying in plenty hospitals, people be dying and all kind of thing from malpractice and all kind of thing. I mean the best. I mean the best. And also according to you, I heard you said after, but I was calling to tell you, it is just a medical.
That's what I'm saying.
Scared for a big operation or something.
Yeah.
And it's a medical that he goes every year.
And that's what the press release says. I go read the press release. Go ahead, Miss Atlanta. Go ahead.
Yes, and then you're saying if it's true, he said it with his own mouth. Remember, he said, I have to go again. I have to go for my medical.
Yes, correct.
And then it came out, it came out on the, somebody sent it on the press, a press release. So it's true, but I mean, remember, oh gosh, man. And it's years he going, you know.
Yeah.
It's not to say taking now, and they get shocked in some accident or some bad thing, and he fly away. And Cuban doctors, I'd like to tell Gordon that Trinidad have lots of Cuban doctors and nurses and all kind of thing in
Correct.
Trinidad
Correct
because of
is
how
right.
they are good. So he
Yes.
could stay and get his Cuban doctor
Or
there.
Miss Atlanta, fly a doctor into Trinidad. Be innovative. Be innovative.
Now, well, I don't agree. Well, I could imagine the price the doctors will pay the doctors over here.
But
I not.
Miss
You're not
Atlanta,
taking our money to bring no. To me, I find it very inefficient. Anything happen to me, I am in Trinidad next second.
but Miss
Right? I
Atlanta,
don't trust America doctors.
think about
right?
this. But think about this, right? He still has to pay the doctors when he goes to California, right? Right?
Sorry?
He still has to pay the doctors for the examination when he goes to California, right? He still have to pay passage. He still have to pay hotel. He have to pay
Oh, you mean
transportation.
oh,
All of
the money
yes,
yeah, the money he will be using.
it's the same money.
Oh,
It might be
okay.
cheaper. It
All
might
right.
come out cheaper.
Well, yes,
It might come out
yes,
cheaper.
yes, and better to, even if it's cheaper or not, better to sit down in Trinidad, according
Yeah.
to you, stay in your place. You know, and why should he bring people down? We have when Obama came down. Let me tell you something. You remember they didn't bring it. They brought one doctor, one.
Yeah.
They came to find. They came and make a site visit months before to see how good our medical thing, and we passed with flying colors because they thought they would have to bring the whole hospital. Remember, President of the United States, the great United States, where he wanted to go and do it, was coming here. If he had collapsed, you think they would have taken a plane and run to America? So they did a thing, and we got so much good. That was a very good account we got when
Yes.
President Obama came to Trinidad.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I don't know how this. So I don't know our country. Everything that's be. And if it's so great, remember, great is the PNM, and it shall prevail.
Yes.
So that is all the more reason why.
Yep.
That is all the more reason why.
Trying to fool people.
I can't agree. But anyway,
Yeah.
remember the suffer in silence. We like it so.
All right. Let me read it for you all. Thank you. Let me read it for you all. This is what it says. Prime Minister Rowley travels to the United States today. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley will travel to the United States today, September the 1st, where they will be undergo medical tests. Minister of Energy and Energy Industries and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, the Honorable Stuart Young SC, will act as Prime Minister until Dr. Rowley returns. He's going to undergo medical tests. Medical tests.
Medical tests.
Medical tests. Medical tests. And you have to go to America to undergo medical tests? Medical tests? You have to go to America? Oh, God, man. Oh, Father.
What I want to know is, are we being told the truth, or are we just being told something?
Tommy, that's a good point, you know. That's an excellent point. Are we being misled? You understand? Because them is the father, mother, uncle, cousin of misleading, you know. You know that? you call her welcome.
Yeah. I said just now, I can't recall of any prime minister who've had to get treatment and did it locally. I can't recall. I'm still in that position.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
That is one. Two, well, immediately Mr. Manning and Mr. Pandey came to mind, but I didn't want to call no names. All right? Because I'm sure that probably there are others. And I have committed myself never to call on this program or any program and tell a lie or talk something that I don't know. Right? Miss Atlanta, I said, I have heard and I have read that when it comes to health, Cuba has one of the best systems in the Western Hemisphere. That is what I heard. I haven't been there. I have no family or relative who've been there for any kind of treatment. I have a friend who went, but I have no body that I have spoken to that can give detail that I could measure it with anything else. All right, but I believe, yes, I hear in America people have problems and die, just as in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, and I agree that it will be so nice if these leaders could do the thing here, the medical thing here, send a message to the others that, hey, I am in charge of this somewhat, and as a result of that, it had to work good. It have to work good. And I am going to show you how good it's working by doing my attitude. I agree with that. I agree that 100%. But I am not in a position to tell them how to spend their money, where to go, where not to go. You understand? Because I find too many at times it have people who can't leave here to go for treatment and always some barbecue, some kind of something to raise how much money to take, and you ain't sure how it will go. I look forward to seeing it come to that place where leaders could stay right here and deal with the situation and send a message to the others that, hey, we in charge here, and look it working good. I look forward to that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let me read the article from, this is from 2011, 9/29, September the 29th, 2011. They were sent by Mover Defender in the Guardian. PM meets with ministers from a hospital bed. Alien Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bissessa continues to run the affairs of the government from a hospital bed. This was revealed by Foreign Affairs and Communication Minister Dr. Rambachan at yesterday's post-cabinet news conference at the office of the Prime Minister, St. Clair. Prasad Bissessa spent her second consecutive night at the St. Clair Medical Center after checking in with swollen feet Wednesday morning and complaining of dizziness and exhaustion. Yesterday, Rambachan described Prasad Bissessa as a very remarkable person who continues to work in the interest of the country. She's very strong-minded and strong-willed person. Rambachan added, it seemed to us that national duty is in fact her very first order of business as she continues to direct the affairs of her government. Earlier, Health Minister Dr. Fuad Khan said Prasad Bissessa, while resting comfortably at the medical institution, has been subject to numerous investigational assessments, and they have all proved to be normal or close to normal for a person of her standing. But notwithstanding that information, Khan could not guarantee her release today. She may be discharged tomorrow, pending the results of the investigations, he added. While we are looking at is to see if the swelling of the feet is a local problem or a systematic problem. It seemed to be a local problem, he said. Reports by some media houses yesterday, and they said not the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, of the Prime Minister having undergone surgery to her feet and being at the intensive care unit at the facility were denied by government officials. Justice Minister Herbert Volney, who also spoke at the news conference, calling citizens to continue to pray for the swift recovery of Prasad Bissessa. He said, prayers created miracles, and we want our Prime Minister to be well as soon as possible. A statement from Prasad Bissessa advisor on public engagement, Lisa Ghani, said the PM continues to undergo a series. Hold on, let me see this. Yeah, a series of medical assessments, right? So Tommy, wait a minute. She in Trinidad undergoing medical assessments. What is the difference between medical assessment and medical test?
Same thing.
Tommy, you sure about that?
An assessment is not a test.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. So
if you give your class an assessment assignment, wouldn't it be a test?
Yeah, I like to ask questions, Tommy. I agree with you. But let me just finish that. It added that her physicians have advised that the PM undertake a comprehensive medical, which necessitated a stay at the medical facility. It added her physician further advised that the decision to extend the stay was only out of an abundance of caution following a mild allergic reaction to the dye administered during an evaluation. The statement added, during this period, the Prime Minister have maintained the performance of her duties while being continuously updated by her cabinet colleagues. It said, the Prime Minister, while at her hospital bed, held discussions on government business with several ministers. Work and Infrastructure Minister Jack Warner was among the officials who visited Prasad Bissessa yesterday. So there you have it.
Top of the hour. Top of the hour.
We're going to go for a quick break and we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
I'm only human. Yes, I'm just a woman. Help me believe what I should be and know that I am. Show me the stairway that I have to climb. Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time. Sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking from you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I should do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus. Tomorrow may never be mine. Lord, help me today. Show me the way, one day at a time. Do you remember when you walked among men? Jesus, you know, if you look now below, it's worse now than then. Cheating and stealing, violence and crime. So for my sake, just teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking from you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus. Tomorrow may never be mine. Help me today. Show me the way, one day at a time. Lord, help me today. Show me the way, one day at a time.
Yo, right back at you. It's the Kid 50 Cent.
This is your boy WZYE, baby.
Yo, what it does? This your homie Rick Ross.
This is your boy Gucci Man LaFleur.
You're in the mix with Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
It's crazy. You heard me?
Hey, I'm Ariana Grande. Hey, yo, this Cardi B. What's up? It's Megan Thee Stallion.
You're in the mix with Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Check this out, it's DJ Khaled. This is Post Malone. Yes, that little Chico Pitbull.
You're in the mix with Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Yo, what's up? This is Dr. Dre. What's up, y'all? This is Tupac, Machiavelli the Dawn.
Yo, what's cracking? This is Big Snoop Deal Double G.
You're in the mix with the one and only Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
When everything seemed to be gone, the worst thing to do is sit down and mourn. Don't let frustration get the better of you and make you do things you should never do. You got to keep the faith, you can't surrender. You never know, tomorrow may be brighter. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on.
And of course, we are back with you Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and X. WZYE TV and YouTube. Subscribe. Subscribe. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. Text and voice notes are welcome.
So, Tommy, one of our ardent listeners sent me a text. It says, and Miss Georgia sent us a text, and I think she's in this field. I think. Medical assessment is an evaluation of a patient's condition based on a variety of factors. It includes a variety of tests and evaluations, medical history, physical exam, diagnostic studies and tests, patient accounts of symptoms. So, Tommy, really and truly, the Prime Minister didn't have to go to the country based on the press release, Tommy. We are only going based on the press release. Yes, Tommy, you are correct. There could be other circumstances that they didn't want to tell us, and they had to give us misleading information, right? That is based on if there were other things that they didn't want to tell us. But if it was, as they say in the press release, Tommy, he didn't have to come to America to do that.
But then again, patient's medical information is confidential, regardless of who the patient is.
But if you're going for other things, if you're going for a surgery, right? You can't say you're going for a surgery. You have to say if I'm going for a toe surgery or a nail surgery or an eye surgery.
Yeah, you can say that.
And Tommy, we get back to this, Tommy. This is the problem that we have with this government. You lead us down some rabbit hole where we start to guess and speculate.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. We speculating. Because it appears to me we can't trust them with information, even though the information could be accurate. You see? Mr. Florida, welcome.
Mm.
You're inside. Where, Mr. Florida? Hello?
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you hear me, Mr. Ansema, Mr. Tommy?
Yeah, we hearing you.
Go ahead.
The question I had to ask, how much will it actually cost Trinidad and Tobago to have fair to find health service in Trinidad and Tobago? Because after 9 years, if you spend over $60 billion and we do have it, how much do you think it might cost for we to have fair to find? I ain't say excellent and I say fair to find. You only charted to say 1 to 10 year pin level, you're talking at 5.
Yeah.
How much you think? You and Mr. Tommy?
I would think $500 million could go a long way.
Yeah, well, it's no fair, so
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
All right, just answer.
Tommy, I would think $500 million could go a long way.
I think what's being expended now should give us what we want.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I'm saying. More than give us what we want. And that the prime minister should not have to leave the country to go for a medical assessment. Plain talk, bad manners. Yeah? Caller, welcome.
And I agree with you, and I am looking forward to some kind of system to be in place that we, the public, if we are lied to, that we could get to know, and we don't have to speculate and have to wonder. Because I feel sometimes that is why they do it, because there isn't anything in place to verify, to confirm, to say, look, this is so. Now, I agree with Tommy. When it comes to personal health and that kind of thing, there's always a measure of privacy that should be respected. But once you're a public figure, I mean, we were told that 2 cans fall out from a cupboard and fall on the prime minister's feet. Well, I don't know if you might recall that. All right? And we were told that, but there was no way that we could verify, we could check, we could say, look, yes, this is so, and that kind of thing. So, yes, I hope that, the day will come when there'll be some kind of system in place. I look forward to that. I look forward to seeing debate as well, like how they do it in America, that the 2 persons, A and B, the one who is there and the one who's trying to get there, that they could come before the public and people could submit questions and queries. I feel this would help people to behave different. In the absence of things like that, it will just have to go along, come along, pushing their agenda. You understand? And the neutrals wondering and hoping and say, look, boy, it's too evil. So I go look for the one that go give me the longest life. And it shouldn't be so. It should not be so. So I look forward to things like these changing. Probably the people with the mic, they could help a whole lot. Thank you.
Hey, Gordon, I give Gordon a round of applause for that last.
But Tommy, all right, I'll give him a round of applause. But Tommy, listen to this, right, Tommy? You see, but he hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous, though. I'm sorry. But he is. And I'll give him the round of applause because you said the game a round of applause. Mova Defender, welcome.
Yes, Roche, best evening again, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Roche, and I want to tell you over and over. You need to sort of censor this man, you know. Yeah. Because he just come and make a statement that no prime minister does stay in the country. And he never admitted that he said wrong. Right? Yeah. I will always be a fact checker for him. Because he's an evil person. That man called Gordon Joseph. And I'll always call him out. But anyway, Roche, if you want to hear about the prime minister, I don't help him. Because we do all say could stop him. I want to ask you and Uncle Tommy a question to the Wall Street. And I waited for it. I stayed on the phone to the answer. Why did the government of Trinidad and Tobago tow the badge from Tobago to Trinidad?
You know, I'll be honest with you. I didn't understand why that was done. What was the purpose of that? I don't understand.
You didn't understand the purpose of it? Uncle Tommy, I would like to hear that, please.
Well, all I can do is speculate as to why.
That's what I want to do. Speculate.
Yeah, because Tobago, first to begin, don't have the facility that we have out in Chagaramas there.
No, wasn't it in Sealers though, Tommy? It was in Chagaramas or Sealers? They told it too.
Uncle Tommy, that your response? So they go to the facilities? To do what? Exactly.
Even if they're storing it, do we have the facilities in Tobago to store it?
Well, it was there for a long time, Tommy.
It was stored in Tobago, Uncle Tommy.
For a long time.
Yeah, but is it a suitable storage facility?
So Uncle Tommy, just I want to get it clear because I'm plenty respect for you, so don't feel no way. I have plenty respect for you. So Uncle Tommy, what are they bringing it to Trinidad to store for? To do what?
That I couldn't answer.
Right. So that means it has no importance of storing it. So most likely it will be destroyed. Wrong or right?
Yes, that is probably gonna be the
Nice.
ultimate.
I'll show you some points. Eh? So you think cutting it up in Tobago and throwing it to Trinidad for 30 hours, which do you think would be more practical?
If they were disposing of it, wherever it was actually the best spot to do what they needed done. But we don't know what. I don't know. We're just guesswork right now.
Let me go to the facts now. Let me stop speculating, right? The ship, the overturned barge reached Trinidad, right? And was guarded by the Coast Guard of Trinidad and Tobago. Lo and behold, the Ministry of Energy put out a statement saying some men tried to board the ship and a shootout occurred and a Coast Guard officer was shot. Right? That's facts, eh? There's no speculation now. Lo and behold, the Coast Guard released a statement the following day saying no one was shot. So all that speculation you speculating now, Uncle Tommy, do you think it's making sense now? Or that's something more in the mortar than the pestle?
Inform us.
We thinking now, because there's the facts now before we are speculating.
Yeah, enlighten us.
The Ministry of Energy released a statement saying that a shootout and a Coast Guard man was shot. The Coast Guard refused that and said no one was shot. Yes, it was an incident, but no one was shot. Uncle Tommy, what says you now? I'll listen off here for this one.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Mova Defender.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Well, this is the information that we need in order to think through and make an educated or sensible assessment of what's taking place and what's being done.
Here is my thing, Tommy. Let's take this call, and we're gonna give that for the round of applause. COP, welcome.
Wall Street, Uncle Tony.
Yes.
Good
welcome.
afternoon to you, Wall Street, Uncle Tony, and good afternoon to your listeners and them. I believe they bring that badge in Silat over there. I believe that the owner just bring the badge closer to his home. That is what I believe over there. Because up to now they can't even find the owner of that badge. That time the owner of that badge right in Trinidad over here. Right in Trinidad over here is the owner of that badge. They're just lying to us and fooling us. But smarter people will say, how come a badge could pass all of that borders and ending in Trinidad over here and we know who badge that is. That is a Trinidadian businessman badge. Gladiator tell me that. Gladiator tell me that last night. You know, I engage in paranormal activities. Gladiator tell me that. That is a businessman in the PNM government badge. Lying. Taking taxpayers' money and spending it how they want and just lying. Uncle Tony, go tiptoe, tell them Franco Mento, that is a businessman in Trinidad badge. That is the fact about it. And when you like enhancement tablet and honey goat weed, all them 60-year-old men and 70-year-old men and them, like honey goat weed and enhancement tablet. They just go by foreign doctors, not for Trinidad doctors, to know what's going on and said, we're going to release. That's what it is we doing. What's the sense we have a prime minister? What is the sense? And And the purpose of our Prime Minister had to go in our next country to seek medical help. What he telling us as citizens of this country, after he spent $70 billion in 10 years' time, we Prime Minister had to go in our next country to seek medical attention? Eh? You think that makes sense? How much money we have to spend? Because he going to see is we money taken to go and seek medical help. You know how much it costing us for that? Why is we don't even have Panadol and plaster or bandage in the hospital in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago? How it is? Private hospitals could be so transparent and have everything to save people life. And that is private people. Them using their own money and our health care. We Prime Minister had to go away to seek medical attention. What are you telling us? What the Prime Minister telling the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? You all are foolish. You all are foolish. We're spending all their money and we're doing what we want. And all the can't say nothing about it. That's what he's telling us. It's time for you to vote out Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and his ministers and then that lying to us. That's what they're doing. They're lying to us. Until we supposed to take that. We supposed to take that as human being and feel we so stupid. Feel we so stupid that we will say, yes, the boat come, they bring the boat in Trinidad over here. Why you didn't carry the boat somewhere else? And a man from Ghana claimed that he was transporting that. Why you didn't carry it back over there? Eh? Why you didn't carry it back there? But the line, the businessman right in Trinidad over here and probably right in the cabinet at Trinidad and Tobago. That is why you bring back it home. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let me clean this up here. Tommy wanted me to give a round of applause. Let me do that. Tommy, hold on, eh? All right, we's a team here. Tommy said the man deserves it. Tommy, yeah, okay. Here we go. All right, Tommy. Tommy. I find you kind of tiptoe wrong bally's yours on that one day,
No, well, guess what? If you don't have the information, you can't really make a sound judgment or sound statement as to what you truly believe your thoughts are. Your thoughts will be wavering.
But Tommy, a man of your intelligence, you have been making solid assessments with your intelligence.
Well,
sometimes
prior to this session, I didn't even give any thought to the Gulf Stream as to why the Gulf Stream will be brought out of Tobago into Trinidad. But I also am aware of the fact that the facilities in Trinidad are much more advanced than that of Tobago. If they were to do anything, any in-depth work on that vessel.
But you see, Tommy, my thing I couldn't understand is that again, it's costing you to tow it to Trinidad, right? And you are talking about the facilities not available, right? I'm asking the question: couldn't the same thing have been done right there in Tobago?
What are they doing? That's the other thing. What are they truly doing?
Didn't they say they was cutting it up to see what's inside it or something like that? Isn't that something to that effect? Right? Maybe Mover Defender can give us a little more information. But I just didn't understand. I didn't understand. And then to make it worse, Tommy, why all of a sudden it had to be involved shooting with a badge? Shooting?
And why would someone who doesn't concern be prying or boarding it?
I didn't get it. I really didn't understand it. But it's kind of suspicious. I'll put it that way. It's suspicious. I'll leave it at that. So Renwick, good afternoon to you. Hailey says B6, B2, and B12. I do take B12, vitamin E. What? Yellow duck? What is yellow duck?
I don't know.
Maybe. No, highly, I'm vegan. I don't eat duck.
That had to be some kind of something, some kind of.
Maybe the dyed duck.
Mm-hmm.
Bread and circus. Massives gives us entertainment and food staples to control us easily. A Caribbean soul says that. Brian, welcome. Brian John says, Wall Street, you and the leader of the RPNM resemble bad boy. I would understand, man. Yellow duck leaf? I never hear about that. Caribbean, so they give them fire trucks with water to let them jump and wave. Yeah, I see that, boy. Tommy, you see me in the independence celebration, they get water, boy. What the people want? Water. What the people want? Water. And, Independence Day carnival breakout, It's water for the sober. I was on that truck.
What?
Cross Boss. Cross Boss, where you joining us from?
Good afternoon, Cross Boss.
I think Cross Boss is a new one. Top of the afternoon, gentlemen. Looking forward to the robust discourse. Hope things are working out for the very intelligent KFC. All right. Volsang, welcome. Eiley says, learning from a teacher who doesn't speak clear English is challenging because they had a Spanish teacher who had an Arabic accent. It was very hard learning from her. But Eiley, you know, you will find, for example, where I teach, there is Asian teachers, right? And I could fall in the same category too.
Right, because you're non-American and your accent.
Yeah.
They'll be talking about it. They'll be saying Mr. Libon has an accent.
Correct is right. So highly talking about me too then. Yeah?
Correct.
Yeah, highly. I saw Plant playing in Sweden and not one Trini playing it. Heidi said, who is he using? Michael Jackson there? Or? Everett Nichols, good afternoon to you. Look, your partner come back. Dario, boy. Caribbean Soul, you know what did they?
Hey, Dario, thanks for coming to the flag raising, man.
Oh, he was at the flag raising?
Yeah, I saw him there. I didn't get to engage him in any conversation or anything of sorts, but I saw him most present.
PNM George was there? PNM George.
No, I didn't see PNM George.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't there. Yeah. I thought you would be there. Everett Nichols said, good afternoon, folks. It's okay for the PM to leave the country without even providing at least a tentative return date. Nah, he gave a date. Nah, he gave a date, didn't he? He said be back in about a week, 7 to 10 days. So you can figure it out. The guy will say, highly, I heard Michael Jackson, doctor was a Trini. Yeah, that's true.
That's right, Dr.
I forget your name.
I'll tell you his name in a second. Murray.
Okay. All right. Abby, welcome. This is Gordon calling to change the talk distraction. Dario say, good afternoon, folks. Where's Keith? Which Keith? I wonder which Keith Dario talking about, boy.
What do you want, Keith?
Only I want Keith in Trinidad?
Well, that is in our discussion.
But you know it have plenty Christophers too. You know?
Yeah.
So how come other PM from different islands never came here in Trinidad? Like they afraid our doctors too. I Caribbean so. Curtis, he was a Trinidadian. Hey, look, Dario complimenting you, boy. Dario said good point, Tommy. Oh, God.
That's Dario, that's highly.
Oh, highly. My bad. Nazma, welcome. Oh, God, Nazma. Nazma say, he asking Brian, you only come here to watch, man. Oh, God. Stay away from that, eh? Patricia, welcome. Pleasant sunny afternoon to Professor Walshin and Uncle Tommy and everyone locked on.
Same to you, Pat.
Nazma, good morning to Walshin and Uncle Tommy. Abby says, over 70 billion in 9 years in Rowley government, and he can't do a miracle in his own country. Sad. I fully.
Yeah, We all agree on that one there.
I fully agree with that. You can't be spending $70 billion in our country, and you as the prime minister flying out to go and do medical assessment. You understand? You ain't even tell we now. You have to go and do a big surgery. Yeah, all right. You're going to a specialist in California, who is one of the top doctors in the world for that surgery. All right. We get that. Tommy. Because there mightn't be a specialist in Trinidad until we go for a medical assessment. Go to Sinclair Medical, man. Go to Sinclair Medical. Maybe you could have bring back Dr. Fuad Khan and let him do the test. You understand? Yeah.
You know what? It's really sad. It's really sad when you think about what you're subjecting your citizens to.
Yeah, but look, for example, Bijam went in the hospital and Bijam had to go back into the hospital.
Right.
Right? Bijam couldn't just get up and fly out and say, well, you know what, boy? I'm going in. Yeah. I'm going in Brooklyn. I'm going in New York. Yeah? Or I'm going in Jersey. Oh, God, man. And you know, Tommy, there is a word called SAGE, S-A-G-E. And we use that in football. I don't think Gordon Joseph will know about it, even though he's a referee. Because I don't think them just use this in Trinidad. But Gordon, you could thief this. Because P&M people just thief plenty things. They don't originate it. Them just imitate. Them not innovative, them reactive. So Gordon Joseph thief this. And go. It is called SAGE. It means to set a good example. S-A-G-E, SAGE, set a good example. And we want our prime minister to set a good example, right? But he's not saging, He's S-A-B-E, setting a bad example. He's Sabe, set a bad example by leaving the country and going and telling the people, I'm going for medical assessment. Oh, God, man. Nah, that acceptable? You shouldn't be the prime minister of the country. Nazma said the medical service is very different, but we don't have no medicine in the hospital, and Rowley knows that. All right. Abby says, Gordon, you're just calling in to distract this program. Okay. Nazma says, Ali, you eat this Sunday lunch? I sent for you yet? Nazma Ali. Okay. All right. Brian, you and Nazma have all the thing, I stay out of that. Rowley never did no medical work in Trinidad. I think maybe he did one or two, man. He had to do one or two. Why are you afraid to see the doctors in the hospital thieving it out for their private practice? Okay.
That's been said time and again too.
Yeah. All right. S West. What about the private medical hospital? Who can afford to get excellent care? He could keep money in the economy. Tommy, you are correct. I often believe that he's up to something else. Okay. Capitan Walls, you ever hear about Walter Reed Hospital? An excellent hospital.
Exactly.
Excellent hospital. Excellent. Walter Reed, Capitan does know something,
Yeah, well, remember he's U.S. military,
Yeah, but when Capitan give you a call sometime and give you a good contribution, man. Oh, God. Reach out a little bit now, Capitan. Rowley must go outside for treatment when you have doctors with the same mindset like Dr. Sao. Who's Dr. Sao? I remember that name, Remember Dr. Sao? I remember
some controversy.
Yeah. Mr. Point 14, welcome. Mr. Point 14.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome.
Worship, present good day.
Yeah, man.
And Uncle Tommy, present good day. Well, people understand this thing concerning the healthcare.
Yeah.
It have a lot of workers I know leave the healthcare here, who go in England, who go in America, who go in Canada. And 7 years ago, I started to pay attention to the system in the hospital. Now, when there's a guy working PH and people traveling, they see a lot of things. And a lot of people used to be complaining about the service they get from the hospital. You know, go back 7 years ago. People complaining, them doctor and them, when they telling them the problem, They're pulling out a book and they're reading. So the people them saying, but like the doctor ain't paying attention to them. It's not that they ain't paying attention to them. They're going in the book now to see where is the problem. Now, this is why I tell you here that is in the Point Fortet Hospital. 5 years ago in the own hospital with them doctors and them did, they come together and they put internet. So when people going in the hospital now to deal with the problem, the doctor them on the phone, researching the problem. And then getting proper assistance. Sometimes the medication where they getting and not is the wrong medication, it's too strong, it's this and that. So they ain't getting proper information in the medication where they getting. And I used to tell people, as long as you have access to the internet, all you have to do is Google the medication where they getting you and see what they have in it and what side effects it have in it. Right? I say all that to say, if the healthcare was working so good, why do we have so much of workers leaving the training that they get or leaving the job that they have in the healthcare sector to go in the next man country and work? They are singing and rolling them, not putting things in place for them. Because I had a clipping sometime last week, they were one of them saw workers end up cussing a patient in the Point Fortet Hospital. I hear it was all on the news. Everybody frustrated. Patient frustrated, workers frustrated, is the frustrating the whole system. And people have to realize this problem starts from the top and it's trickling right down to the poor man. I watched a video yesterday in wherever I had the parade. When people house on fire, you can't get a fire truck to respond to all the house, but I have water to what people on the streets. I said, by black people really is that suckers for punishment. They've been getting beaten to submission. And our George Place in San Fernando get demolished. But they singing the song in the street and nobody asked a question, what happened? Why did they destroy this man's place? Not even the local news bring across that news, but you've seen it on Facebook. Something in adding up there. These people and them hiding something. But all I could say, who our eyes will see and who our ears go hear. Fire burn this wicked, evil PNM government. KFC, if you're listening, Lennox Smith say on the live last night, he go assist you. These people are them too wicked and evil. Right, KFC, Lennox Smith say any program, he go assist you. Nocturnal listening.
Yeah, man, bless.
So, our George Place burned last night, they say?
No. Our George Place is where they demolish. Well, the place where Our George used to have his store is both. They demolished it for whatever reason. But
okay. You mean in San Fernando?
Yeah, in San Fernando. But you know what I find interesting, Tommy? I don't understand this, sir. It's like if you're working in a place and something happens to your boss, and you have, your boss just pay your salary. And the boss who paying your salary, you in like get information and you are very silent on the information regarding your boss. I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't know. Anyway, Fox says West Shore has also launched a full-scale investigation into the matter. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have checked himself into the facility on Friday after complaining of feeling discomfort. He has sent her tests, followed by a procedure to clear blocked arteries. The Prime Minister was discharged yesterday morning. You know, Tommy, this is part of the problem, Tommy. Did we ever say anything about that? What was the premise of what we were talking about, Tommy? What was the premise?
We are more or less indicting the healthcare system, or the Prime Minister's decision not to use the healthcare system versus running out to just do simple tests or assessment as being told. And what we are also looking at is the amount of resources that's being expended on the system that's not working for the head of the nation, the man who's the main decision maker as to where the spending or how the spending is being disbursed.
Okay. Thank you. Brian John, You see them kind of statements here? We do not allow those type of statements here on our programs. We do not allow those type of statements. All right? We do not allow that. I'm letting you know ahead of time. We do not allow those type of statements here on our program. You could go on other programs and do that. We don't allow that here. Okay? We run our program here at a different level. Okay? And respect is very important. Right? So please, do not put any statement like that in the chat. We do not allow that. We do not. And we are very adamant about that. Very, very adamant. Okay? It is important. And because you notice something, I just always play a video at the top of the hour on this program. You see the way how you're going to deal with little things is how you're going to deal with big things. And you see that thing what you just put there is a little thing. And that's how we deal with big things. We do not allow it in little things, and we do not allow it in big things. All right?
Respect.
So please, respect. Do not put those type of disrespect in the chat. We do not allow it on both sides of the coin for whoever. All right? No problem. So Everett Nichols says, Rowley probably have another date with the feds. Oh God. Capitan said, nah, he using state money for personal holidays. Nah.
So
wait up, Tommy. Van Meha said, I thought Rowley left California to see his doctor. That West Shore thing seemed like old news happened years ago. But we wasn't really talking about that. Go ahead, Tommy.
So what I'm saying is that information we've been given up as to what happened at the facility in Trinidad, is that recent or is that old information?
But Tommy, I don't think the point is whether it's recent or old, but that's not the point. The premise of the point is this, Tommy, is that you are the leader of the country.
Right.
You have to set an example. As I just said, SAGE, SAGE. You have to set an example for the people of the country. Right? In that you have confidence in the healthcare system
that you are administering.
Correct. And you spending $7 billion a year on that system. Right? But Fox and them, in order to defend their party, here is where you go come up with. I mean, Fox, you have to dig a little deeper, you know. Go a little deeper. Go back. Maybe you could go back to 1960 and see. As a matter of fact. Yeah? All right. Well, folks. Hold on, eh? Yeah. Yes, he's the PM. He needs to be transparent about his medical condition as a public figure. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. As the prime minister, you are not anytime it's taxpayers' dollars is not personal. Right? It now becomes the whole country. Everett said, in addition to Mr. Florida's question, how much is it costing the taxpayers for the PM one man to have these tests? You know what? That should be public information too as well. You understand?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Didn't we find the owner of that badge?
Even if we say we find the owner ain't coming forward.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Ali says, good point. How private care can afford what the government spending millions on and cannot afford. No, well, Banmeha, Walter Reed Hospital is one of the top hospitals in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
It's an excellent hospital. And I could kind of understand that, Tommy. After you have, I think that was Mr. Man. Did Mr. Manning have more than one stroke, or just one?
I think it's more than one.
Yeah, I think it's more than one too. And at some point in time, I think he had to decide that he might have needed outside help. Thanks. But is that the level you want your program to go down to, sir? Kunji call? Oh God. Anyway,
Everybody's allowed to call.
everybody's allowed to call. We just let you call, and you just say all kind of thing too. So what they say? What good for the goose, good for the gander. Van Meyer says, all you can't wear blinders and not face. We have a problem with the medical system in TT. You have these Indians digging Africans on SM, and Indians make up an overwhelming majority of the medical system in TNT. I want to play something on what you just said. Wall Street, I can find Singing Sandra song on YouTube. They pull it. Which song is that? Sudan? The official press release didn't provide a date. All right. So Hailey said, nah, you're not looking at my point. And my point is I had a teacher with an Arabic accent, which was hard to understand when learning Spanish from her. The words were not pronounced properly. But Hailey, there are certain words being that I am from Trinidad, I mightn't pronounce properly. I might say tree and tree. They don't know if it's the number three or if it's the tree outside. They don't know sometimes the professor, which one it is. Is it tree? Is it three? Or is it tree? Eh?
Or even if sometimes we say the word comfortable. They say
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. One
What?
time, yeah, Tommy. One time I'm in class and they have the donut place called Krispy Kreme. Right?
Yeah,
It's Krispy Kreme, man. I
yeah,
say Cripsy Kreme. Instead of saying crispy, I say Cripsy. They laugh at me. You know what I mean?
yeah. I say comfortable, and I get laughed at too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I say, what do you mean by that? You mean comfortable?
Yeah. Correct is right. So Hailey says if a teacher accent is a problem for learning, should overlook it. Just trying to understand your point answer because you misunderstood mine. Hailey, it's simpler. It's simple. Anytime, Tommy, you go into a class and you allow the teacher's accent to interfere with your learning, you're going to have problems right throughout the class because you're focusing on the wrong things. If you only focus on the accent, Tommy, you'll miss the whole thing. You'll
Yep.
miss it. You'll miss
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, when you lose focus, you lose your way.
You lose your way. Correct. And all I say to the students is, listen, if I go too fast, if you don't understand something, just ask a question, put your hands up, and I'll go back over it. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Karen Nunes Teixeira. Yeah. We talked about that. Well, look, bad man, look, Fox answer, yeah?
On April 13, 204, Mr. Teixeira was admitted to. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you finished with it, Tommy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Newsday West Shore technician under fire after posting PM health info online. Okay. Yeah, all right. What the editor, Mr. Brian Manners, opined that the real reason ministers and other government officials go abroad for medical treatment is to avoid untoward publicity they may face if they choose to be treated locally, not because they don't have faith in them. Oh, God. Oh God! I mean, you really believe that googly guck? Eh? You going abroad to avoid publicity? You is a public official, but you going abroad to avoid publicity. Boy, then you shouldn't be a minister or something.
You shouldn't be in public life if you don't want the public to scrutinize you.
You shouldn't be in public life, right? You shouldn't be. Go and be in private life. Eh? Please, no, man. Albert Montano, welcome. Albert said I had experience in the Port of Spain General Hospital. Yeah. All right, Volsam. Since you gave us these, man, may I say Wall Street, since you gave us those stats on African and poverty rate, what are the stats on African doctors in TNT Hospital? I don't know if they keep that stat, Badman, huh? I don't know. Did I tell any lie? Gordon Joseph asked, did I tell any lie about what? I waited from 2 p.m. on Sunday just for a few people in emergency room. Only told at 7 p.m. I have to wait till the doctor show up.
I ever told you I had an incident in 2012?
Nah.
I started getting some chest pains. Went to San Fernando Hospital. It took forever.
Yeah.
It must have been at least 12 hours before I finally got the help I needed.
12 hours?
It was crazy.
I think that was a short time if you ask other people. Nadira, welcome. All right. I want to do something. I want us to listen to this. And I want us to listen to it objectively. Okay? If we could. Let me see if I could get this before we go for the break. No, do I have it? If I don't have it here, I think I will have it. And Tommy, do you know when we come back from the break, we will talk about a problem that talks about where this government is headed, especially have something to do with your ID card. We'll address this at the top of the hour when you come back in the second hour. Here it is. I want you all to listen to this. Listen to this with an open mind. Listen to this. I guess this is a blogger. Listen to this.
So we all know that voting in Trinidad is based on race, right? But I don't think we understand the gravity of why it is this happens in this country, right? And it's not because Trini is stupid and dotish and don't know any better and so they vote on race. No. It's far more nefarious than that. It comes back to our voting system, right? Now, we have this first past the post system, and what this thing means is that is a winner takes all, right? So a party could get 44% of the vote and get 0 seats, and in fact, this happened in Tobago in their last THA elections, right? A party got over 40% and didn't win a single seat. We saw it twice in general elections in Trinidad with the COP and the ONR, right? It's winner takes all, and it doesn't matter how many votes anybody else gets. Now, what this does, remember, people tend to vote based on what they don't want rather than what they want, and we have examples of that right now in Trinidad. If you ask people who want to vote for the UNC, they will say, oh, we can't take any more of this PNM Rowley-led administration with crime and dictatorship or whatever. You ask PNM people and they'll say, well, we absolutely cannot allow the other side to come back in and continue what they were doing last time, right? So in both cases, people will more quickly say who they don't want to go in power rather than who they want to go in power and why, right? But that's normal. That's just human nature. and we know this and we understand it. So our voting system, because we vote based on what we don't want, and because it's a winner takes all system, it means that if you don't pick a side, it means you're helping the other guy. And if you don't pick a side between one of the two parties, it means you're helping the other one. And if you vote for somebody who doesn't win, because it's winner takes all, they get nothing, and so you waste your vote, right? This is called strategic voting, where people don't vote based on who they want, but rather they vote for somebody just because they're more afraid of somebody else, right? And is basically what happens in every first past the post country right now. So it tends to split into two parties. Otherwise, people don't get what they want. So these first past the post countries, and they all need something to divide on, right? In America and England, mostly white population, so it divides on ideology, conservative and liberal. But then there are other countries where it divides on religion, right? Catholic versus Protestant parties, or Sunni versus Shia parties in a country where there's a split in religion. In Trinidad, the obvious thing for it to split on is race, because we have 40% Afro, 40% Indo, right? So just the fact that you put a first past the post system in this country means in advance that is going to split upon race. There's nothing else that was ever going to happen with a first past the post. And you say, what else could anybody have done about it? Well, there's proportional systems. In a proportional system, anybody gets people get into power based on the proportion of the votes they get. So if somebody gets 10% of the vote, they get 10% of the seats in parliament. Somebody get 20% of the vote, they get 20% of the seats in parliament. So you don't, number one, you don't allow somebody else to come into power, because parties after the election could form coalitions and go in, and you don't waste your vote, because every person that votes, that vote counts towards someone who's going into parliament. So proportional systems tend to break away from this two-party us versus them system. And the thing about it is, we're coming back to the first point of the video, why it is we vote by race in Trinidad. We have this first past the post system, but we don't need to have this. Right back in 1974, the Wooding Commission recommended proportional representation for Trinidad, and Eric Williams said that is not good for the PNM. So he said it was a dagger aim that they had at the PNM. He didn't make a decision based on what was good for the country. He made a decision based on what was good for the PNM. But then the NAR did the same thing with the Hayat Ali Commission. And the UNC led People's Partnership also allowed that to die in Parliament during their term. So every government, every political leader has allowed this to die. Why? Because the entrenched two-party system, the race-based voting, benefits their political parties. It benefits them. And so the reason, and you will have to understand this, the reason that we vote race in Trinidad has nothing to do with Trinis being stupid. And it has nothing to do with people voting against their interests. I want all you to understand very clearly, the reason that we vote race in Trinidad is because the political parties want it like that. And they set it up like that. And they keep it like that, to divide and conquer and keep themselves in power. So understand who doing what when you say we vote race in Trinidad. You all have a good day.
So Tommy,
yep,
we want to talk about that a little bit, but let me just add to that. Proportional representation is an electoral system designed to ensure that the distribution of seats in a legislature closely match the proportion of votes each party receives. Here are some key points about proportional representation. 1. Multi-member districts. Unlike winner-take-all system, proportional representation uses multi-member districts where multiple representatives are elected. 2. Proportional allocation. If a party receives 30% of the vote, it should get roughly 30% of the seats. 3. Diverse representation. This system allows for better representation of minority groups and smaller parties. And last, types of proportional representation. There are various models, including the list system, single transferable vote, and mixed member proportional representation. Proportional representation is used in many countries, including Belgium, Denmark, and Sweden. It contrasts with system like the one in the United States, where the winner takes all approach can lead to less proportional outcomes. So
Top of the hour. But when we come back, I'll chime in.
okay, so folks, we're gonna go for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll further discuss that what we just heard there and proportional representation. So stick and stay. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
They cannot speak the truth in small things. Imagine what they will do in big things.
I want to send a message to Black Stalin. It have some people that need bullying. With honest people, you know where you stand. But not so with deceitful ones. For them black is white and last could be first. About the truth, they couldn't care less. What was wrong for them yesterday, now 10 times worse, they have nothing to say. For everything they was complaining, now their silence is deafening. So Black Stalin, now to you I turn. Them deceitful people must burn. Rowdy shut down Petro train, they say not a word. Fire to burn them. No foreign exchange, they yet to be heard. Fire to burn them. It's 6 times he raised the gas price. When we was producing it, they had it nice. But this protest like rain, they go on down flat, flat, flat. If the UNC they do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Stalin, time to burn them deceitful men and women. What is right and wrong is wrong. Whether it is spoken or put in song. Those who fear the truth, them hypocrite, will always hate the people who speak in it. There's 5 and 6 murders every day, with bullets and bloodshed everywhere. People are living in gripping fear, while the police tell you to pray. And the only reason you're still alive is nobody ready to take your life. For the right price, you could be history. That is where crime reaches sweet and now it's arm home invasion from them, not our word. Fire to burn them. Daily drive-by killings, they yet to be heard. Fire to burn them. People charged with murder could escape jail, cause under the PNM they will get bail. But it's protest like rain, they go burn down flat, flat, flat. If the UNC they do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Stalin, time to burn them. It will set a deceitful BNM. People losing jobs every day, while there's more taxes we have to pay. But all them stake in the valleys, not one word you would hear them say. And food prices going up daily. You can't buy food for your family, while government live in luxury. Inflation strangling everybody. And for the sick and the elderly, they can't buy drugs in the pharmacy. But there's none so blind, the Bible tell me, than those who have eyes and refuse to see. Now it's property tax, they're very quiet. Fire to burn them. in peace like till the very silent.
Fire to burn them.
Them but bossing how they quiet, because SP and them they wouldn't riot, but it's protest like rain, they go burn down flat, flat, flat. If UNC they do that, so Stalin, light your fire. We cannot wait any longer. Stalin, time to run them, time to burn out the PLM. They did not listen to Patrick Manning. Now the country is suffering. It's arrogance and incompetence, corruption and nepotism. Investors get millions for government rent, while workers only getting 4%. Contract for their friends to get richer, while poor people have to suffer. 100 million in fake oil scandal, while there's no beds in the hospital. Mr. Manning advice they did not take. Now we eat bread that the devil bid. Now it's corporate manslaughter from them, not a word.
Fire to burn them.
And those who are guilty still on the job.
Fire to burn them.
Oil and gas production is at all-time low. The Minister of Energy don't have a clue, but this protest like rain.
They go on down flat, flat, flat.
If UNC they do that,
Stalin, light your fire.
we cannot wait, brother.
Stalin, time to burn them.
Time to fire the PL. Remember, people always the truth and always speak it. People speak it.
Yo, what's cracking like? This is Big Snoop Deal Double G.
You're in the mix with the one and only Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Yeah, check it out, man. It's your boy Akon.
Hey, what it is, man? It's your boy T-Pain.
You can pop, lock, and drop it. Just don't stop it. Bringing you the jams from the 2000s and more.
Yeah, this is your boy Flo Rida. Believe that.
This is Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
We are back with you.
Yeah, check it out, man. It's your boy Akon.
Hey, what it is, man? It's your boy T-Pain.
You can pop, lock, and drop it. Just don't stop it. Bringing you the jams from the 2000s and more.
Yeah, this is your boy Flo Rida. Believe that.
This is Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. You are listening to Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. We're in the last hour. So, folks, don't forget, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and X. You can subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Or 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. Text and voice notes are welcome.
So, Tommy, all right, let's take this call. I want to play a voice note before we go back to the question. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Give me Mr. answer, Mr. Tommy. Before Mr. Tommy give his explanation about the thing, I agree with the guy, in some terms with the first past the post system and thing. But the thing is, what the question is, I ask on my mind, I do a little reading up and thing on it. Why does every time Trinidad have an election or a local election, it always have a low voter turnout? Because in 2010 election was only a 69% turnout to vote. in the 2015 election, the 2015 election, only 58% came out to vote. Right? And in the last election, only 57% came out to vote. So why the voter turn out so low? And highly he asking why foreign teachers. I need to tell you, this is my personal experience with the teachers. Having a foreign teacher give you prospect because they bring their culture into the culture with the teaching you know, culture awareness, and they incorporate the two teaching systems together in one to create something new, and you is able to benefit from that new creation to be the best student and the best person you could come out to be. You know what does amaze me highly? We learn the Bible and everything, but in the Muslim culture, they sing the Quran. They learn by singing the Quran. That's how they say the words. They sing the Quran. They don't say it, they sing it. So I believe having a multicultural teachers, they bring cultural awareness and always refining and infusion make you a better student. Look on listen, Mr. Answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get back to the gentleman, the blogger and his statements. What says you?
Now, as far as the constitutional reform is concerned, I was looking forward to that since in 2010. That's why I always say that I was disappointed in the partnership. They had a good opportunity to fix the, like I said, the playbook, and they dropped the ball. So that's why I was really not pleased with the way the partnership conducted their business, because when they ran for election, they kept making emphasis of fixing the constitution, and they had the numbers to get it done, and they didn't take advantage of it. That's why I say I was disappointed with them. And, that's it.
But how you think we can fix it? No. We had to get back where we have a majority in parliament and somebody has the testicular fortitude to actually fix it.
That too. Other than that, you would need the other side to agree with you to fix it.
Okay. Yeah.
And the reality of the other side agreeing with you or working with you isn't one that I put too much confidence in. That's why, like I said, the last true occasion that we had to fix it was 2010 to 2015.
You don't think that time will come again soon again?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure, because it's the numbers issue. It's a numbers issue.
All right. Caller, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I love that blogger because he came clean and came straight, and I believe he came with what he saw and how he saw it. And I'm listening to him, and I find he's saying so much of what not only me, but a whole lot of other persons have said. You see, the we versus them, that is something very, very high on the agenda that must be dealt with. And it's more so an individual thing than a collective thing. You understand? It cannot be that I refusing to talk about this and to debate that, but I want to talk about this over here and that over here. Right? So I really, really commend that blogger, because that's how I see it with a whole lot of things. You understand? And what I have noticed is that many a times, you see, when they, and that day is anybody, when they end up in opposition, but whereas here, all kind of thing about the Constitution and this and that and that and the other, and this shouldn't be so, and let me do this and let me do that, and that's the only way. But you know, they get the opportunity to lead the match, to handle things from up front, and it'll just leave it on the back burner. They'd just leave it on the back burner. When they end up outside, they want to bring it back again. Tommy, you were so right there just now as well. You understand? Because you were there. You had 29. You had the biggest set of revenue. You understand? And few people asking, what did you do? What did you do? And I agree with him when he talk about a lot of people voting against rather than voting for. And that's what I've been saying. They put two evils are before them. They just sit down and weigh the both of them and say, all right, if I vote for this one, I might live for 2 weeks. If I vote for that one, I might live for 1 week. Which one you gonna vote for? Which one you gonna vote for? And it should not be so. So I agree. Very good contribution. When you have more like that, a whole lot of things will change from the 4.5. Anyhow, all right, let me leave that later.
Tommy. Tommy, you see, Tommy?
Yeah.
Tommy, and you know what's sad, Tommy? That same Gone Joseph, he will go and tell people, oh, when you listen to Wall Street and Tommy, them in balance, them don't balance, them is not a balanced program. All them does not do is attack the PNM and attack Prime Minister Rowley. That same fella. That's why I tell you, you have to be in HDD. He hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous. He's not in HD, you know, because I high definition. He in HDD. Hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous. You understand? Because we just play all kind of thing here. All kind of thing. You see? Because we want the people. Caller, welcome. We get back. COP.
Wall Street and Uncle Tony.
Welcome.
Well, Joseph, you see why the people and you see why the callers have just come down on you? Because you like parts conveniently.
It's HDD. He's an HDD.
Yeah, and also, Uncle Tony, I don't think you have any reason to be disappointed in the People's Partnership, because the People's Partnership had 29 seats. Them could have changed laws to benefit the people of Trinidad and Tobago, yeah. But in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, laws can't just change just so. I think what they did in the 5 years, them ease the stress and the burden of the people first, because what them do in 5 years' time, no other government never did those things. And the next 5 years that coming over there, things would have happened. But the people were so deceitful and disingenuous. They went back and they went and voted for Dr. Rowley. Because if we have to classify resources of this land, building 120 schools in 5 years' time, building 9 fire stations and 7 police stations in 5 years' time, and lighted and seen about 120 something pavilion all over the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, raise minimum wage, raise disability grant in 5 years' time. All these things, I don't think that you should be disappointed. I think that you should be disappointed in the people that went and voted for Dr. Rowley. And after 10 years, their life end up in pain, pressure, problem, and in deep poverty. That is things to be disappointed of. How can we really be disappointed at a lady that spent 5 years, 5 years in office? Basdeo Pandey spent 5 years in office. Iana Robinson spent 3 years and a half in office. And the People's National Movement spent over 55 years in office. But we disappointed in the one that give the resources to the people mostly, Uncle Tony? Uncle Tony, really?
Conchi, don't hang up, don't hang up.
Uncle, wait just now, Uncle Tony. What you say on your media platform, you can't hear yourself, but you speaking to hundreds of thousands of people listening. So it might have smart ones listening and say, Uncle Tony, I is supporting that. But it might have the foolish ones, like Gordon, will call and say, yes, you support that because you give him an applaud. Oh my gosh, they're so disingenuous, Gordon. But Uncle Tony, I'm not fighting here. I just want you to know that there's hundreds of thousands of people listening, and they will listen to hear what you're saying as an elder in this country. Don't be disappointed in somebody that does the most for the citizens of this country in 5 years than any other prime minister. I don't think we have any reason to be disappointed. Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tommy.
You know, I was in Trinidad from 2000. I lived in Trinidad from 2006, the end of 2006, till I left in 2015. And the truth be told, when the partnership came into power, I really thought that they were going to get some things corrected because those were urgent matters that needed addressing. They didn't need 10 years to do that, in my humble opinion. In 5 years, they could have gotten that sorted out, especially since they had the numbers to work with.
But Tommy, let me ask you a question. Isn't that somewhat unfair, though, that the PNM under all those years had the numbers to do it, and they didn't have the testicular fortitude, but someone who just come for 5 years, you expect them to do it?
The thing is that before they got into power, they touted that they were going to work on that forthwith. And Shane Mohammed would agree with me.
Listen, I'm not. What I'm asking you a question is this, right? If the PNM been in power more years than ever, wouldn't you expect them to do something like that? Because they had more terms in office in order to make that right.
But did they have the overwhelming majority as the partnership had?
When did they have it? Didn't Patrick Manning have it?
No, he didn't have 29 to what was it, 29 to 12 or whatever it was.
Then the PNM never had it, Tommy? I'm asking.
Not while I was around. While I was around, they didn't have that overwhelming majority that would have given them ease and
so you telling me all these years PNM never had the majority?
They had a majority, but not a special,
a special majority.
Yes, because that's what was needed. Not a simple majority.
All right. Oh, let me take this call. Mr. Atlanta, welcome. Mr. Atlanta.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Again.
Yeah.
You hear me now? Because my phone gives me trouble.
You loud and clear.
Right. Now, Tommy and Wall Street. My father teach us from 2 years old, from birth till now. I mean, all our life.
Yeah.
There are two things you do not argue, or two things you do not argue about: religion and politics.
Right.
So you see, I don't go into the nitty-gritty, but what I know over the years, since all our lives, right? Trinidadians vote people out. They vote a party out. They never vote a party in. So they don't like you, they vote you out. They don't like the next man, they vote the same person they vote in, they vote him out. And they keep on voting people out. They never look at policies and say, even if I don't like so and so, this one has a good policy. But anyway, that is just my little politics. But what Tommy is saying, Tommy, you have to remember, listen to what Wall Street's saying. Please don't look at when you were there, some kind of whatever year, and they had a right to do. In politics, you don't have a right to do when it's done. You snap your fingers and you do it. You don't snap your fingers and then boop, it happened. It has to be debated, even if in the end they win, it goes through this, go upper house, lower house, this, that, and that is, it takes, even when we had 33-3, that is 33. And it only had Paul Manning, the next two there, 3 people was in it, right? Any people vote them or the next, any people vote them normally, naturally, the next year. And how did they vote in with the 33? The politics is a thing you can't play with. It's not we play on words. We're not there. You go tomorrow morning, you be prime minister, and it will be or anybody, it will be a different story. You're supposed to vote people in office, number one. not in power. Every minute people saying in power, even the politician, and when we in power, I always have to remind them that you all are not in power. I get up and shut down a meeting already and say, you don't forget you all are not in power, you all are in office, right? And when you are in office, Tommy, you suppose, just like in America and everywhere, you suppose whoever wins the election sees them about the whole country the next day. They're not saying I'm a PNM, that done. You have to see, but when they build a road, do they build it in half and say, all right, we're building a road. All right, half this road is. They build a whole road so everybody in the whole nation want it, right? A constitution reform is for the nation, not no PNM or UNC or whatever, right? It's for the nation. I saw the invitation for everybody to give the voice the right to say or whatever. They got 800 responses, and that is people because we have email these days, so you could just click. Much as in the days when you have to write long letter and post it. And you only get 800 out of the how much people, right? How many people, right? 800 responses. Where are the people who are talking? No, how many people said anything? But I just don't like to go there. I always say, people get the administration they deserve because whoever wins, they voted for them. People get the administration they deserve. But Tommy, you cannot say, what is her name? Kamala? You're disappointed and whatever. She could not. What could she do in 5 years? That 30 years, PNL was there for the first 30 years. Nobody won, only them. And then after they continue winning, whether who there, PNM strong. So they always bounce back. The opposition people only had 50, how many years, 15 years or something. Every other year was the PNM. Check it out. I'm not saying, putting any blame, but all I'm saying is that you have to give the lady didn't have a chance. The opposition leader didn't have a chance to do what she could have accomplished because she was voted out, as usual. The 33-3 was voted out. Now came with a lot of good things, was going to change this, do that. Voted out before they could have done whether they like them or not. Before they could done, remember how much 5 years is, right? You can't just change a nation, click, and everybody did their part. So
Thank you.
I just find I don't find it should think Kamala and say that they disappoint and whatever. Yes, everybody did a little whatever they do. They won't be perfect, but to put her to change, you can't change. Not now. You can't change. In 5 years, you might have your children might mean time to see any change, proper change in Trinidad. But as the people say, there's hope, and there are prayers.
Thank you.
So suppose we will go on the hope and prayers. Thanks very much. Sorry to take up your time.
That's all right. No. It's okay. It's okay. Move a defender call back. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Hey, I've been fast here, Mr. Answer, Mr. Tommy. So, Mr. Tommy, this is a question for you. So, let me say UNC win in 2025, right? Where you want them to concentrate on? Bringing back the economy or changing the constitution? Look on, listen to the answer.
Yeah, move
Okay, since you asked me, I would
hold
say.
on. All right, so Tommy, go ahead. Move a defender, hold on. Go ahead, Tommy.
I would say both can be addressed. Both can be addressed. They could fix the playbook and they could fix the economy too. I mean, because they're not put in the power to just do one thing. And in 2010 to 2015, on their 2010 campaign, they focused on the fact that they were going to fix the Constitution, and I took them serious on that. I thought they really were going to do something about it. So,
defender, welcome.
That's the reason again, Uncle Tommy and Uncle on Wall Street. Uncle Tommy, I find your red sunglasses starting to show. How could you be disappointed in a party for 5 years, but you're not disappointed in the party for 45 years to run the country? And correct me if I'm wrong, Wall Street. I said the next one to you. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kamala wasn't bringing forth runoff bill and proportional representation and two-term premise, and we protest that in the country when the parliament was by the Hyatt? We acknowledge that?
No, I don't remember.
Well, all right, do some research there. That is your homework, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar was bringing forth that during her tenure, and me, over defender, was by the parliament protesting.
So over defender,
when Aisha Wells was a 919.
Do you know we don't have to know homework if you know? You don't tell truth. So we
No,
not
I'm
going to do
telling you,
nothing.
but that's what I don't like. I see like how Gordon Maloney just come and just talking and hope it sound good and hope it stick. I don't do that worship. So I want you to fact check me. I was by the parliament. Aisha Wells called out. She read army that time. Kingsley lie down in the road. Julia Davy lie down in the road. You know, I can remember that fun leak. I get real vexed because it's on a screen. Kamala hire a billboard company to put a screen by outside the parliament, right? Yeah. And while we watching the screen, she talking, as she finished, and Dr. Rowley was supposed to speak, they take down the screen in front of everybody's face. I can never forget that day. So Uncle Tommy, don't say disappointing her, because she tried. And we self-protest. And also, they cannot put that burden on she back for 5 years, while that other government had 40-something years. So Uncle Tommy, you take off your red sunglasses now, and take out your red AirPods. Enjoy your evening.
You see, the only thing that I focus on is the fact that they had the majority, the overwhelming majority in Parliament.
You know, Tommy, I hear you, but let me give you an example, Tommy. Let me give you an example. You remember the article we talk about in the 50s? They talk about water for all. Remember that, right? That was the P&M, right?
Yep.
This past week, the Minister of Public Utilities telling the people that 70% of the population will have 24 hours of water. That is about, Tommy, that is about 60-something years later. 60-something years later, you know, coming to the population and telling them you're going to have water for all. Oh, God, man. Oh, God. You know, I mean, so when I put the numbers together and I look at the amount of years different parties been in office, I put a bigger burden on the P&M because they've been in office the longest, right? And there are many changes that they could have made that they didn't have the testicular fortitude to make. Look what they talk about, Tommy. They don't want term limits. They don't want term limits, Tommy. You don't think that's important? Term limits?
Of course it's important.
The P&M don't want it, right? They don't want, what is the other one they don't want? Oh,
Proportional.
God. Proportional representation. They don't want that. You understand? These are the things that they should want. Right? Let me take this call. Caller, welcome. Caller.
Yeah.
Caller, welcome.
Hey, Wall Street, good afternoon to you, Wall Street. Good afternoon, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah. Gordon, your call drop.
Uncle Tommy, they beating up on you today, boy.
Yeah, boy, they're beating up on
Uncle Tommy. I had to call and help out my partner yesterday. Uncle Tommy was sick.
They come with a broom, they're sweeping him off the floor, boy. They're sweeping him up.
He wear glasses, he wear jockey shorts, everything showing today. Well, like, Uncle Tommy's that manning, you know. So if only you know that, you know, love him manning. So, you know, I know that just hearing him talk. But again, I would say to Uncle Tommy, he has a point. Because
Brooklyn, let me stop you. Let me stop you. Let me just stop you. Brooklyn, you don't think years of service is more important than just 5 years of service, Brooklyn?
No, I'm not looking at the 5 years. So if you listen to my contribution, you may understand where I go with it.
Go ahead.
I'm not looking at the 5 years because
you can't look at the 5 years.
Because we know that we have dealt with a government that from day one have kept black people enslaved, and that is the P&M government. So I don't want to even have to talk about them because after 30 years, the people who write the Constitution, the 3 men who sit and write the Constitution, write it, so that ministers could continue to steal year upon year. Basically, they're like vampire to suck off of the poor to continue to get richer. And we see that the present prime minister came and tell us that his job is still to get the rich richer. That is on the blueprint of the slave masters. They have to continue that. So I'm not going to fight with them. What I am saying is, and the people will understand, Kamala Persad-Bissessar may have been the leader within 2015, right? She may have been the leader, but she alone was not the government in power at that time, or in party. It was she and others. So even if she had campaigned and speak about changing constitution and try to put things in order to make the place better, make it harder for people to be going through the back door and going under, going through the back door with all this money that is still going. Even if she had tried to make changes, there would have people in her party at the time would have convinced her not to go there. This is the reason why we're seeing where in the UNC right now, we saw what was happening a few months ago with the inside fighting of people who trying to get rid of her. So again, and as soon as a minister is upset in the UNC, in no time at all, he jump in the PNM. Why? He could have been an underlow PNM in the UNC too. And when you see you have people like that in your party, when you want to make certain moves for betterment, you will always find people who try to speak in the leader ears and say, well, you shouldn't touch this right now, too quick. And one time she's studying, well, she may listen, she may take advice. It could even be her advisor. So we don't want to just point fingers directly at her if things wasn't done, because it wasn't she alone. Remember, she have advisors and she have people who also could be under low PNM too. The whole package, the PNM and them had the country in their hands, and they know they would never want to lose that. So no matter which government come there, even if they promise to make certain steps to make it hard on the PNM from continuing what they're doing, the PNM will always disrupt that. That's why we see under NAR, all of a sudden the Muslim and them get all these guns and overthrow the government and all that. I will continue to say if the eye behind that whole move was not the Muslims. The eye behind that whole move is if NAR Robinson had got through, had got what he wanted to do done, from that point in time, the PNM would have been a party that would have never won an election again. So in order to prevent that from happening, they had to come down and team up with a certain organization to overthrow the country. That is why under them, everybody was set free and everybody was paid. You have to understand the history.
But Brooklyn,
the PNM said that, all right?
Brooklyn.
Yes.
Here's why we're having trouble with your analysis, right? Here's why I'm having trouble. Because currently, the PNM wants to blame the UNC for everything that's happening from 2020, from 2015 to now. Right?
Right.
So we can't blame the PNM. We can make an excuse and say it's the PNM why it didn't happen between 2010 and 2015. Because what you doing? You're doing the same thing what the PNM doing now. So I'm
not doing that.
But my analysis is this. I look at longevity has its key and it has a place. If you're in office, for example, the article in 1950 something, which tell that we will have water for all, right?
Right.
We in 2024, and the Minister of Public Utilities telling people you will have 70% water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. After all them years you've been in power, you know coming and telling people that. So that's garbology. So in my go ahead.
But what they coming to say that now again is because election in swing. So as I tell you, my point is getting with the UNC and blaming or saying that you're not comfortable with certain moves. As I said, it wasn't just Kamala Persad-Bissessar. And there are people in the party, not only now, from since 2010, 2011, 2012, have been fighting and trying to do things behind her back to make the leader look bad. And again, certain things that she might have had campaign on before 2010, I am saying that it would have people in the party who would have given her opposition into going into that direction just because it's a way, if she had fixed it, they would not get to do what they're doing freely. You understand? The reason why the constitution is like that is so that ministers and leaders they continue to steal, take money, do what they want, and don't have nobody to answer to. It is still like that, and the PNM have no intention to change that. The only thing the PNM want to do with the constitution is make it harder for poor people. That's how I see it.
Thank you, man.
Right?
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, man. Bless. All right, let me play some voice notes here real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, that's
That,
the point.
Hold on.
Washington,
Hold on.
Uncle Tommy.
Let me play this
Mr.
voice.
Washington, I agree with.
Okay. Folks, hold your calls. Let's play these voice notes. Just hold your calls. I have these voice notes I have to play, okay? Hold your calls. Hold your calls.
If a little bit there about when he said that the Prime Minister might be scared of taking doctors from his country because of how he hold a high position and stuff. That is fair. All Prime Ministers go be fair of those things. But why other Caribbean Prime Ministers don't come into Trinidad? Because them will be feared of their doctors in their country. And I can't recall of any Prime Minister coming into Trinidad to use we health care system, which means we healthcare system in a terrible mess. And I hear you say the word California. Rowley have a private property in California. And if I'm not mistaken, his daughter have her health center or hospital in California and all too.
Okay, there we go. Let me see. Hold on, man. Let me play this one. Hold on.
But do I lie, sir? Do I lie, blatant lie?
Caller, just hold your calls. Let's play all these voice notes, please. Let's finish play all these voice notes. We have these voice notes been waiting here. Let's play all these voice notes. Okay, hold on.
Watch the ministers and them. Watch the ministers and how they're making the bad man sign on them. Watch them. And them bad man sign on them that is in their own electoral district. And Kamala tried to change so many laws in this country. But what Dr. Rowley as opposition leader do? Dr. Rowley said, oh, we're not going to support the government in anything that they do. They're going to hung them out and kick them out of office. The fight she get from a man in 5 years' time, no other woman in this the world could have taken that kind of jamming that Rowley, Faris Alwari, Imbert and them. Hung out Kamala out of office. And now you disappointed in Kamala. I disappointed in you and Uncle Tony this evening.
Go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead, Tommy.
No, the bottom line is simply this: when you have a majority of 29, you could get a lot more done than when it's just 23 to 23 to 18 or 22 to 19 or anything like that. You could get a lot. They had a better hand to play with than most in the last 20 years.
Tommy, caller, go ahead. Caller.
Thank you. Tommy, I admire you. At the risk of being told the diesel in your vehicle or the gas, it's red. You have to eat red mango. At the risk of all these accusations and mud pelting, you decide to speak your heart and speak your mind. Listen, not only me, there are plenty people out here who have more for country than anybody or party will accept what you're saying there. You might be wrong like but the whole point is that is how you see it. That is how you understand it. 29 is more than a simple majority. The revenue at that time was some of the biggest after those years of oil boom. You understand? So I could see what you're saying and not me alone. Right? And I could understand somebody saying PNM should have fixed all these things. I could see somebody saying that because if you add up the years, they've been in the front line of the government more than anybody else. I could see that. You understand? But that is one of the things that is disappointing with our system. When you're inside it are things that you don't really care about. It's the people on the outside
And the people with the mic have to know how to put on enough pressure to make it happen. You no longer hearing about constitutional change. You no longer hearing about we need to think the constitution. And bam, it worked out for the man to get in. And when he get in, did he do anything with the constitution? Deceased ex-prime minister, Mr. Pandey? Did he do anything? You know what I mean? So that is what the blogger was saying, that when they get in there, it's a different story, right? I was so glad when I hear one of the go along come along saying that all of them is the same bloody thing, because what they're saying is, well, this is their time now, right? When so-and-so, they do so-and-so, I don't hear all they say nothing, I don't hear all they thing, and I guarantee you, I don't know if it will happen, but if UNC or anybody come into power next year, please God, if it have election, and they start to operate after a year or two, you see that line, you will hear a whole lot of it. Well, look how long the PNM was there, and then think, we only had 2 years, we only had 3 years, we only had 4 years, what were we to do? We try. That's why you're okay. And we fed up at that kind of stupidness. Let me fix what we could fix now. Let me put pressure on them now to do what they're supposed to be doing. Tommy, well done, speak your heart, let them say what they want. And it's not that I'm not hearing what certain people are saying, you know, but there's a skill called ignoring. Thank you.
Tommy boy. I don't know if you really want that support to do, Tommy, but you're getting it.
No, you see, the thing is that if everybody thinking country.
Tommy, let me just say this. 1 minute. Tommy, let me say this. Anyway, go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead.
If everybody thinking country and the situation presents itself where you could really fix without stress and pressure, fix it. If you have the power to do it, fix it. If you don't have the power, you can't fix it.
But Tommy, don't you think sometimes there are other more important things that has to be fixed? When you get in there's so much thing that have to be fixed. Don't you think you have to prioritize? Don't you think you have to prioritize what you fix?
I fully agree, but some things are much more important than you would.
So go ahead.
Was she there, man?
Yeah, call a hold 1 minute. Tommy, finish.
Some things are crucial to get straight, to get fixed, to get sorted out, if you really want the nation to go forward. And that's one of the things that needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Caller, go ahead. 114, go ahead.
Was she? Yeah. The sugarcane factory. Who does it belong to?
Who that it belong?
Was she?
Yeah, listening. I trying to figure that out.
No, I asking a question. Who that it constructed under?
That had to be under the PNM.
Before the PNM.
All right. Okay. Good.
Okay, before the PNM. Okay.
The train line system.
Before the PNM.
Okay. And I want to believe the refinery and all too.
Before the PNM.
Before the PNM, right? Right. So if people talking about growth and improvement, and these were some of the things that was bringing in revenue, stability, a comfortable livelihood, why would any government shut that down for whatever reason? Why will they shut it down? Because I remember when my father was alive, he told me he used to ride the train from north to south.
Yeah, I used to ride the train.
And in my mind, but if we didn't have the train system today, we will have multiple train line system running through Trinidad and Tobago, because we ain't going to have no traffic congestion that we having now. So instead of we going forward, we're going backward to meet the dinosaurs and them in the ground. You understand? So these people and them who keep defending the PNM, I get to realize as clear as day. And I'm not going to take no candle to go and look at it in the night. You know. The daylight is showing me the PNM do not like poor people. My brother once tell me, anybody who don't want to own a piece of land, they don't want to have rent. Locked on and listening.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, let me just get some things in the chat here. Mina says Gordon Maloney. Okay, that. I will go look at the people defending wrong. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Florida. Mr. Florida, you inside?
Good evening. I give Mr. Answer, Mr. Tommy. Sorry for calling so much. I take over your show today, but I just have something to say.
We don't censor people here. We don't censor people.
I know that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
If the governments, both governments, all the governments, follow the law and do the right thing and do the correct thing for the people, serve the people, and look to improve people like take the natural resources we have and all the resources and the human resources is one of the greatest resources in the country, and do the correct thing and build this country, we would never have this talk about constitutional reform, and this constitution would have been the same way. But you see, when you have dishonest people with no integrity and they use the loopholes in the law to do this, that is why we concentrate on constitutional reform. The country in $46 billion in US in debts. The economy is feeding, no foreign direct investment. The GDP in Trinidad may be about what, 90 now? And we concentrate on our constitutional reform. If we had integrity, and as Mr. Anson has always say, we have politicians, we don't have leaders. Look on listen, Mr. Anson.
Thank you. So before we go, guys, start to put your closing comments in the chat. Put your closing comments in chat. And Tommy, I always use the quote, "A fish doesn't rotten from the tail." And, the PNM people make excuses for Prime Minister Rowley. And it's like the runaway crime in the country. And we didn't even get to the video with respect to Professor Roger Hussein, what he said about the country with respect to crime, what he said with the country with respect to underemployment and unemployment, right? We have those for you tomorrow, right? You will be flabbergasted. Well, no, you wouldn't be flabbergasted. But listen to this. Listen to this. This is what we talk about taking responsibility as a leader. Listen to Prime Minister Holness from Jamaica.
I had an opportunity just a few days ago to review the results at the CXC exams and to see the level of passes in mathematics. It is of great concern to me. It is not just a social problem. It is imperative for our economic development. The country cannot develop without us doing better at mathematics. The jobs that are paying better and the jobs that we need to attract to Jamaica, which pays better, involve science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. There's a lot of talk that, it's low wage, and we need more pay. Somebody needs to say, and I guess I am the person who will have to say it, wages don't just come out of the sky. You don't just increase wages like that. It's not just a snap of a finger. We have gone through that period. You can increase the wages as much as you want. But if it is not tied to something that is in the real sector, then all we're doing is creating inflation. The wages are tied to what you produce. And the productive sector for Jamaica, if we're going to be bringing in new jobs that are going to be paying higher wages, those industries, if we're going to break from the traditional industries of BPOs and hotels, to start to think now about attracting.
There you go. KFC, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Washington. Good afternoon, Uncle Tommy.
Good afternoon, man. How are you going?
Washington, right now I get protocol victimized right now. But as a bomb shelter, that's written now. The city minister should get involved now.
Right.
You know, they came on board and they make a decision. I set up PNM plan, no 2 PNM was on the body. The real victimizer again was right now and the edge right now. So, and that's waiting for the minister to call me now. Washington first, I look when I go on the Friday day and they tell me that. So I run down by the head office down in town there.
Yeah.
You know, when I go bounce up one time, the minister one time and talk to she and and she said she will call me. She will call the office and find out what's going on. The cat what they do me.
So what's
And
the
right now,
status?
my daughter,
What is the status right now?
Well, she staying call her back yet. Plus have a lawyer and all, and he getting involved. He said I political victimization thing they're doing there. And the woman know me personally because the other day I passing through town and the woman say, I hear you call her in the railway station, you scared, see call on the police and the railway station and ball fire, ball the PNM. What should I have gone in front of the board meeting and I see the woman? My open well big. I come on there and tell them again, cause they're gonna victimize you. You know, that's so then. So they go against two doctor medical, one good for so and one good for this board down in Arangwas in Sava. But what should I also that thing right now? I just think again, I organize to go to school. But the feeling that my daughter go to school, she had to go to school and get the education. But what should I look to less? I go let you know everything in that time, man.
Right, best. Before we go, Tommy, I want to play one other more video here before we go. This is a criminologist. Take a listen to this.
Criminologist, TNT on path to historic murder toll. With the murder toll at 408 as of yesterday, criminologist Dr. Wendell Wallace warns that the country is on the path to a historic high in murders. Speaking with Guardian Media, Wallace expressed concern over the alarming trend of multiple deaths resulting from mass shootings, which are driving the numbers up. In my estimation, there can be a situation where we might be breaking the record that has been set in the last 2 to 3 years, he stated. According to the police service, the country reached its highest murder toll of 605 in 2022. Wallace further emphasized that more policing activities, beyond just patrols, are necessary to combat the rising murder toll. He suggested that addressing the social aspects and root causes of crime would be crucial in reversing this trend. However, he noted a troubling pattern. The worrying issue is that you find a lot of the homicides are not occurring in the single digits, he said. Wallace expressed hope that this trend would not continue, recalling that in previous years, interventions aimed at reducing gang conflicts had been effective in lowering the homicide rate. He suggested that similar strategies might help curb the current spike in murders. Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin, commenting on strategies to prevent another year with over 600 murders, stressed the importance of a collective effort in tackling crime. He called on the public to assist the police, expressing confidence that the murder toll would not reach such a high level with the strategies currently in place. The TPS is very confident that, with the strategies we have put in place, based on the Commissioner of Police's Violent Reduction Plan and our operational plan, we will be able to curtail the death toll, Benjamin assured.
And Tommy, it's not only him, but tomorrow we have way more for you, and we have some videos that you're not going to see in other place other than from us, because as we say, we originate, we don't imitate, and it has to do with the murder toll. It has to do with the economy, and you will be shocked and amazed at some of these statistics. But folks, we're going to go for a quick station identification. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Again, folks, put your closing comments in the chat. Put your closing quotes and comments in the chat. We're going to go for a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere. Stick and stay. Again, it's Sunday Talk with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. That's every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And don't forget, folks, whenever you join us, you got to share the live, share the live, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and X. You can subscribe, WZYE TV and YouTube. And of course, you can always reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also 973-609-6509. That's 973-609-6509. Voicemail and text are welcome.
And here's my closing quote. Remember how blessed you are to be alive, breathing, walking, talking, having your vision, clean water, food to eat, being able to sleep and wake up. You are blessed. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
Yes, my message to you today is aging. Aging is an extraordinary process whereby you become the person that you should always have been. Okay. Like I always say, you the man in the mirror. You have to become that change that you want to see. However, when you look in that mirror, if you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe. See you tomorrow, God willing, from the hours of 7 to 10. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy. Let's take these closing notes or voice notes on. Let's take these.
Well, shit. I sent you a video there from YouTube where the Prime Minister Singapore, he named Lawrence Wong. I want to take in that man editorial, whatever you want to call it, and you go share it back to the population on the next live. Let them understand where true leadership is all about.
Thanks. Thank you, man.
Yeah, Wall Street. I sent you a video there, right? That is the Prime Minister Singapore talking, Lawrence Wong, on the National Day rally. When they get chance, I want to listen to it. And whenever you're doing the next live, I want to play some of the things that man said in the development of his country and the policies that the government put in place for the people at that country.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Let's go. Next voice note. Let's take this one.
Hey, good afternoon again, Mr. Tommy. Blessings to you guys, blessings to your family, blessings to everybody, family, and everybody on the live chat, all the callers. Mr. Anselm, here we go, and just tell PNM Rowley now.
Okay. All right. Last voice note here we have. Let me see. Okay.
Again, I want to say thanks for this program. Again, another program that come to an end, and I feel like a whole lot of truths come out, a whole lot of things come out that could help somebody neutral to keep the fight, to keep the hope, and even some who feel hopeless. Yeah. I mean, you see what Holness saying there, Mr. Holness? Eh? Because that people feel just throw money. Yeah, just share money. You know what I mean? And that will show that you love black people and your children. You gotta bloody do something to earn. And it don't have to be with a gun, a big stone, or a cutlass, or a knife. It don't have to be that. There are so many opportunities. And there are some people, you know why they got a job? They don't have the experience, you know. You know why some people, I say, get a job? Because they have a bloody document in the hand that's showing what they have studied. And when they go in there, then they learn the trade. Then they learn in terms of how to execute. But they get the papers. So that is why I encourage those who encourage people, study, learn a trade. Get involved in something that you could take care of yourself and you don't have to depend on no bloody body. Because if you're depending on somebody, they could use you, they could abuse you, smile with you today, cut you tomorrow. I love the program today. Thank you, gentlemen, and have a good God week. Oh gosh! Well, there's some good jokers on there. Only surely want to call me Joseph, but I mean more comedian than me. You know? And you only have a good evening, eh?
You see why we call him Gordon Joseph? Tommy, you see why we call him man Gordon Joseph? You own that name, you know. All right, let's go to the chat now. Let's see what's in the chat. I think that's the last one. Let's see what's in the chat now. Oh God, yeah. But Tommy, I hope that fella didn't send that thesis for our closing thing.
Oh
You know?
God, what a thing.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Hailey says the wicked flourish like grass and all evildoers thrive. They are destined to eternal destruction, while God, O Lord, are the most high forever. Plant yourself in the house of Lord. All right. Jerome says, do what you want with PNM supporters. Okay, okay. I'm not a PNM sir or ma'am, but if you love country more than party, then you'll understand what I preach. I'm God lover because he have me from a life of real hell here and hereafter. Eswell says, Uncle Tommy have at a banker. PNM break his side. Don't worry, brother. It takes time to overcome. God, Tommy, but Mean Gene says, closing comment. This was 3-hour program of blame from both parties. Okay. Mean Gene just be quiet, but like he just get your phone at the beginning of the show and you wipe this game it back at the end of the show. Closing comments. Is that change has to take place for Trinidad and Tobago to move forward? Oh God, Tommy, I tell you. But God is the redeemer of all things. God is the only answer. That is highly. I mean, I tell you, another thesis. Oh, Father. Closing comments. Dear earlier in the morning, there shall be 6 murders in Laventille. Can you prevent it? No. Blaming Dr. Rowley will not change the evil in some of your children's hearts. Thou shalt not. Thou
I
shalt.
shall have no other gods before me.
Go ahead.
Shall not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
You know, Tommy, that is the first time that man put up a comment that didn't have anything to do with the PNM in it. You know that? You getting better. You see, folks, you just have to work on people. You just have to work on them. It ain't easy, you know. It's like a 10 days, Tommy. Every week you go and you're doing the 10 days. And you cut the grass grow back. You go back, you cut it again, it grow back. Yeah?
In rainy season, of course.
Eh?
When it's raining, it grow like first time.
Quickly. Yeah. You gotta be patient, man. I tell people I'm more patient than Port of Spain General Hospital. That is nonsense. Mad police don't solve crime. America have more police than the population of Trinidad and Tobago, and crime still exists. All right, let me see. All right. Jerome Moses says, when Kamala was in power, all them pastors had mouth. Where is the mouth now for Rowley? The mouth full, they can't talk. Okay. Yeah. Olsang says, glad to hear your voice, KFC. Keep strong. This is a very intelligently politically aware brother. Okay. Olsang says, one more thing, you are properly unaware of the challenges KFC is experiencing. I'm very concerned for the brother. Yeah, we have all right. So folks, that is it for us. Let me see if I have any more. Joan, good evening to you. Oh God, Gordon. Let me see if I have any. I just think I just saw a quote came in here. Hold on, All right, let me realize now quote. Okay, Miss Atlanta says, it's the responsibility of intellectuals to speak the truth and expose lies. Noam Chomsky. Okay. So, folks, we're out of here. We see you all tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsheet, and you. We are out of here. We see you 7 to 10 p.m. tomorrow. We have much, 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 much more for you. You know, let me see one more just came in there. Okay, yeah, Gordon. I'll tell him. Okay, I'll tell him, Gordon. Gordon, can I give him your number? Just text me if I can give him your number, Gordon. Yeah. Just text me, Gordon. Let me know if I can give him your number. Okay, no problem. Okay. We out of here, Tommy.
Yep.
This is oh Lord, Trinidad and Tobago. This is DJ Bravo. I'm hurting it up. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But let the moderator sin another body in a drain. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody's sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. Now with the love, with the vibes, with the hope. Now tell me something, how we really want we cope. When the children breathing in too much gun smoke. And the Coast Guard can never see a boat. Yes, I'm like some goats when they come looking for votes. Sit to empty promises, reading like a horoscope. Justice for sale in a fat envelope. Politically, all the answers is a joke. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But let the moderator sin another body in a drain. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody's sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. It doesn't matter the religion, the color, the creed, or the race. It's our responsibility to take care of our place. Champion.